It is currently 5 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon, and the next time that we'll be putting our heads onto a pillow is Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock in exactly 48 hours from now. We're about to start a crazy next 2 travel days.
We're Sarah and Marek, amateur backpackers who somehow managed to travel around Europe for a whole year for under $10,000. From working on sailboats to hitchhiking across 3 countries, our budget travels have been anything but boring. We're about to start a trip through the infamous Balkans, 8 countries in 6 weeks. Can we do it? Subscribe to find out.
We arrived in the ski town of Bansko just last night and we're already leaving because some of you may know that we're on a pretty tight schedule in the run-up to our flights home to South Africa. But we did use the little bit of time we had here to look around and see some of the town. Unfortunately, we didn't get up to all that much because things here are pretty expensive, but that's okay because the main reason we wanted to come here was so that we could travel here using the narrow gauge railway, which was a really cool experience. Is it closed? Not a good sign, maybe?
Not a good sign. Okay, disaster averted. The train station is open. We can still buy tickets. We just need to do it on the train instead. Okay, but why are the next couple of days so crazy? So we are jumping on a train now and we're going overnight to a seaside town called Varna, where we'll spend the day and see what the town is all about before getting onto a bus and traveling to Bucharest in Romania and only arriving the next morning on Friday morning before getting onto another train and traveling up north to Romania, in Romania to a town called Cluj-Napoca. Now this is not our preferred means of transport, but it does mean that we don't have to pay for accommodation for the next 2 nights. And it also means that we get to travel during the night and get to see places during the day, basically maximizing our time in each place.
Ah, it's so slippery.
Here we go. I want to show you something pretty cool. Oh my goodness! We're standing outside. This is crazy. There's the moon right over there. That's mental. Oh my. Bang on time. Thank you. Welcome back to September. This is where this whole journey started just yesterday. We came all the way back now on the same train that we went to Bansko yesterday, on the narrow gauge train. I actually had a chance to think about it all now, and it was such a privilege to ride in history like that. You know, that train is well over 70 years old. And that train was not put together with robots. That train was built in a factory by people. They put that train together with their hands, and you can just see the subtle touches like that with the handwritten signs everywhere, and it's all hand painted. That entire train is hand painted. You can see the individual brush strokes on it. It's just incredible. Okay, but we are now in September. We've got approximately 15 minutes to wait for our next train, and then we're going all the way to Varna. I think it's time to settle down and get some sleep. I hope so.
It's pretty steep. This is nice.
This is really nice.
Yes. We're gonna sleep so nicely. Whoops! We were in first class. On our way to second class now. This one? Really not that much difference.
like having hit by a bus.
Yeah.
Hello, Varna. It is currently 10 to 6. So now what? Wow, the past 4 hours have been absolutely crazy. We had to try to find a place to store our bags for the day. And pro tip, if you're ever in Varna and you're trying to find a place to store your bags, do not do it at the Varna central bus station. They will charge literally everything that you own. But we managed to find a place at a hostel for way cheaper. We found ourselves a Turkish coffee. So everything is okay in the world again. We're finally feeling ready to head out and go and see what Varna has to offer. Every time.
So we found something we were actually looking for the other day when we did our Bulgarian food tour, but we couldn't find it that day. It's baked pumpkin with walnuts and some sort of syrup over it. It's eaten here as a dessert, and I'm very excited to taste it. Oh my goodness, that is so weird. It's served cold, so it's cold pumpkin, but it's sweet from the honey or sugar or whatever is used in here. I don't know if I like it. It's not bad, but I don't know if I would choose to eat this as a dessert.
Stomachs full, caffeine levels sky high. Welcome to Varna. First stop, the Roman thermal baths. It is one of the largest thermal baths still in existence and the second largest one outside of Rome. And the reason that we're actually standing outside the fence is because there's an entrance fee of 5 lev. Oh, you need to pay 5 lev to get in there? And we'd much rather use that money to go and get some food later.
Walking along and we came across another one of these Roman thermal bath ruins. It's so cool, these little jewels of history scattered across the city. We finally found it. This right here is the Black Sea, and the last time we were by the Black Sea was all the way back in Georgia. Varna. This is the biggest maritime center in all of Bulgaria. It's got the biggest seaside resort on the Black Sea, and it's one of the most visited places in all of Europe. All of which we found out about half an hour ago. This is something else we tried to find on our Bulgarian food tour, and we managed to find it in Bansko. We've been carrying it ever since, and we eventually are going to try it right now. Oh. What is it? We don't exactly know what's in here, but we know that it's a traditional drink here. It's not for everyone, so we're prepared to potentially not like it. Apparently it's really thick, it's fermented, it's non-alcoholic.
I think it's fermented wheat.
Oh, it looks and smells very interesting.
It smells like...
Oats?
No, it smells like...
What is that?
Oh, it changes every time. It smells like a can of beans.
Yes.
It smells like
that's exactly what it smells like.
A can of kidney beans.
What is this gonna taste like? It is super thick. I've never tasted anything like that. It's sweet, but it feels like it shouldn't be sweet. It's like sweet beans. Ooh, what is that? I'll probably drink the whole thing, but it's really weird.
It's really thick. It is really sweet. And it tastes like if you had to blend up a whole bag of oats, of dry oats, and then you add in sugar water. That's basically what it tastes like.
But that is really strange.
It's too sweet for me. I'm not a fan.
Very strange. Enjoying this feeling of freedom today where we have nowhere to be, nothing to do until much later, and we've only ever experienced this once before in Athens when we had a layover there, and it was for a very short period of time. This is on like a whole other level, and while it was quite a mission to find a place for our bags this morning, once we put those down, the rest of the day has just been so relaxing and enjoyable. I would honestly really enjoy doing this again sometime.
Our final stop for the day is something called the Sea Garden, which is basically a big public park right here in the middle of the city, and it's just so nice. I mean, you've got massive trees this side, you've got the sea on this side. It's just a really nice place to be. Now, we were contemplating whether to finish the video tomorrow in Cluj-Napoca or if we should just finish it here in Varna. And honestly, we've had such a good experience. We're on such a high that we're just going to end it here instead.
The rest of our time in Varna will pretty much look like a little 5-kilometer run, a trip to the grocery store to get some food for the rest of our journey, and then finally making our way to the bus stop later.
But that sadly brings our time here in Bulgaria to a close, and we have really loved it. The locals here are the friendliest, most genuine people that we have come across in our entire Balkan trip so far, and we haven't had one single bad experience, which is something that has not happened once in the previous 4 months of traveling through the Balkans. So we have really loved it here.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you in Romania. Just don't come this way.
Shh.
They're having a standoff over there.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh. Before jumping onto another bus and traveling to Bucharest in Romania, arriving there on... Nah, the other one was better.